Emerald Valley is a unique place that is situated near the Ussurisk city in the Primorsky Krai. You will not be able to find anything similar throughout the Far East. Courting people that have been here before, coming back is not even a question. It's a pleasure to come back. Today, I will be guiding you through the fairy tale. Welcome to the magical world. Officially, this park is separated into two areas. One is a historical zone and the other is a landscape zone. One thing that unites them in Russian culture is its diversity and beauty. This is Sergei Alexandrovich, the owner of the Emerald Valley. Could you please tell us what are the main attractions at this point for the visitors? Well, the moment visitors come here, they're greeted by the Russian Ostrog, what is a stockage town, where they will cover the history of old Russia. Here, visitors will be able to find different buildings and a variety of historical artifacts. Would you say this is exactly how it was in the olden days in Russia? Absolutely. So, in a way, this is the island of authenticity. For example, this barn was bought from Chugoryski district. It is more than 100 years old. It was saved in its current condition. Next to the Ded Moroz house, what is Russia's Santa Claus, we need to point out that the Ded Moroz house is a favorite place for children to visit, and don't be surprised, many adults come here to speak to him. But it's highly unlikely that you can catch him at home. He's always on the road. As soon as we enter, we are greeted by an interesting greeting cards that are from the Soviet Union times and are welcomed by the Snow Maiden. Welcome to the house of the Emerald Ded Moroz. It's rather cold here, isn't here? Yes, we try to keep it cold here. Ded Moroz keeps the heat out of everyone. What is this room, if I may ask? This is the Bear Museum. Isn't this museum the pride of the Emerald Valley? The Bear Museum was created from a private collection of the owner of the Emerald Valley. Here you will find bears from all over the world, from all sorts of different materials. For example, I brought this bear from India and this one from China. They are not only from here, this collection is from all over the world. The whole room is covered in bears. There are t-shirts, bags, and other things that have bears all over them. First shelf is made out of metal. Second, natural stone. And after that, bears from ceramics and wood. We also have a full shelf that we call the window to the Europe, where you can find modern bears, and the Olympic bear stand. It is actually not easy to meet Ded Moroz himself, but there are so many interesting things you can do and see, both for children and for adults. There are plenty of master classes and workshops here, like the clay modeling, where children can make some accessories. There's a cooking workshop where you can make such stunning candy roses. Right now, you can see our Sunny Horse workshop, where children can make their own protection toy charms. What is the Sunny Horse actually? What is it made from? The Sunny Horse is made out of threads. It's an ancient protection charm for boys that attracts attractive energy. It's an ancient protection charm for boys that attracts positive energy, and a boy should make it himself. Is it interesting for you? Yes, very interesting. How long does it take you to make one? Around 30 minutes. Greetings, Ded Moroz. Welcome to my residence and my house. Grandfather, are you busy? Well, kids write me letters all year round. I'm here reading and answering each one of them. Also, they wish me happy birthday and a good health, as well as they ask for their gifts. Good health is very important, isn't it? Isn't it very hot these days? No, there's a lot of cold inside me, and the snowbathing brings me some cold tea. Do children visit you often? Yes, very often. Sometimes they're surprised. Why am I here and not in the North Pole? But the explanation is easy. My home is here. I can't be out for work, but I always come back here. Here at the residency, you can see how Ded Moroz lives and even ask for gifts directly from him. This place is comfortable and cozy. I would even live here. But sadly, it's already occupied. The 20-meter sun tower that is made in a very unique way with no nails, just like the olden days. In the modern times, you can rarely find masters that have the know-how such building technique. The view from the tower is breathtaking. There are 4 floors. Each floor talks about its own time of the year. Right now we're in the east. We want to tell you the story of the sun and everything about it. Thrill seekers also can find something interesting down here. There's an island where you can see how people were tortured and tormented in the olden days. This was placed on the neck. The thorns would sink into the neck, and due to this, the prisoner would not fall asleep. The most terrible torture was sleep torture. And here's a rat chair. What is that? They tie a man, put a bucket at the bottom with the rats, and the rats would eat through him. Yes, this information is more for an adult visitor, isn't it? What's that? This is made so that the person could not walk. You could not run away with such things. The banishing pole. Are we going to test it out on me? Oh well, okay. This is how people would have stood for 2 to 3 days, completely motionless. It seems to me that I'm not even able to stand here for 2 hours. Did people die here? Depending on the punishment. Some only lasted a few hours, some a few days. The next area is medieval. Here we have the Neanderthal. He's real. This is an actual frozen man. And here's the pride of ours, the mammoth. Sergei Alexandrovich, could you tell me why we only can see half of the mammoth? Well, it's because it fell into a trap. To be honest, originally this was supposed to be a lake, but the water constantly disappeared. As a result, it turned into a pit. The fish must be fed only by special foods. If they eat something else, they would likely die. Look at the number of these beautiful creatures. They're stunning.
Карпов здесь можно кормить, но не хлебом, ничем другим, только обязательно специальным кормом, чтобы они не погибли. Да. Вот посмотрите, какое количество, просто их столько много, и они такие красивые, боже мой. Можно вот покормить. Покидайте, чтобы они кучковались, посмотрите, вот так вот раз. И они вот сразу много-много-много их приходит.
The Emerald Valley is a historical landscape park. If you come here, you can get an idea of how the ancestors and indigenous people of Primorye lived. Here you can have a picnic and fun times with your whole family. The entire history of the valley will be told and showed by guides.
Хотя ее общая площадь 80 гектаров, а это уже огромные возможности для бизнеса. Инвесторов здесь ждут как и российских, так и иностранных.
This is the first tourist park, and it familiarizes us not only with the Russian traditions and history, but also with the history of the people who lived in the Primorye at that time. This park is presented in our calendar and events, and I must say that there are a lot of events that happen in the Emerald Valley. You can come here every month, and especially during the summer period, when every events take. You can come here every single month, and especially during the summer period when events always take place. What events? Well, for example, from the beginning of the year, all tourists and foreigners are welcome to celebrate the New Year's at the residency of our Emerald Ded Moroz. This residence was actually blessed by the head Ded Moroz from the country of Ustyug, when it was opened. This park is also known for being a place of reconstruction night battles and ice battles. You can see Alexander Nevsky conquering the lake all over again, and other war reconstructions. Come lose yourself in these beautiful and fluffy springs. The aroma here is unexplainable. Sad we can't really show it on TV. It's a true magical forest. I will go and get lost for now. This is a Russian swing, which is made out of wood and has no nails. I hope it can hold an adult. Let's try. I'm a bit scared due to it having no nails at all.
Страшно немножко без гвоздей же. Мамочки! Правда, страшно немножко, но очень. Она даже так поскрипывает. Вы слышите, я надеюсь, как она поскрипывает? Мы сделали специально крышу для того, чтобы... А за счет чего она держится, я не понимаю. В Древней Руси даже солнышко вот так вот раскручивали, скрутили. Вот на таких? Да. Поэтому мы поставили ограничитель, чтобы детвора слишком сильно не раскручивала их. А, даже я поняла теперь, почему с крышей. То есть это не только красиво, но еще и ограничитель безопасности. Вообще здорово.
Большую роль также играет изумрудная долина в воспитании школьников, помощь школьным.
The Emerald Valley plays a major role in the education of the school children. Children get acquainted with Russian culture. Master classes are held here, and the park is constantly growing.
Дети знакомятся с русской культурой, там проводятся постоянно мастер-классы. возможности отдыха практически не ограничены. Сейчас парк расширяется, там будут строиться места для размещения. То есть парк растет на глазах на самом деле.
Скажите, а какие туристы больше туда?
What type of tourists come here? Well, basically, park's main tourists are still Russians, but their growing popularity, you can see a number of Korean and Chinese tourists visiting the valley.
Китайских туристов туда. Конечно, возят группы, и для себя туристы открывают это направление, и чем больше...
And the younger foreigners who come here, who immediately upload videos to social media, help bring more people.
Срабатывает эффект сарафанного радио.
Блогеры, да.
И уже туда едут в большом количестве. То есть мы даже вижу, что иногда...
There's a growing number of tourists who come here directly from the airport.
Владивосток на юг, а на север, в Уссурийск, и далее уже посещают объекты показа, расположенные там. Ведь рядом с Изумрудной долиной находятся еще там, оказываются, услуги джип-туров.
There are a few jeep service rentals that you can use nearby the Emerald Valley, hot air balloon rides, and outdoor pools. The area itself is very interesting and popular with tourists.
Ну, пока вот больше внутренний туризм. Но мы надеемся, что в ближайшие годы въездной также возрастет.
Like in every tourist place, there are souvenirs you can get in this unique location. Could you tell us what are the visitors more interested in and what is unique? All the things we have here are made in Russia. They're all made in a way that was done by generations. For example, these toys, the nested dolls. And what is the most popular souvenir? The most popular souvenir is our magnets and bast shoes. Here you can find gifts that will match any taste out there. This is so adorable. I would take the bast shoes. Are these my size?
Даже массажная. Все представлено вообще на любой просто вкус. Иностранному туристу, российскому. Ну посмотрите, как это может не очаровать? Ну просто. Я вот обязательно возьму себе вот эти лапти. Есть моего размера, интересно.
When it comes to investors to help the business, there is an investment agency in Primorsky Krai, and it's headed by Dmitry Valerievich Yemshikov. Moving on to the Emerald Valley project questions. What tasks does the agency perform when sponsoring the project? The most important task for us is to find investors for the project, like the large hotel complex Manchuria, which is located on 25 hectares, which is already in demand, that are currently being implemented here. The flow of tourists here is very large, and one day is by far not enough to see everything in the area. So the construction of hotel complexes would be a great investment, and it will help develop the area to its full capacity and will be profitable. At this point, this is the top 7 of the most interesting and significant projects of Primorye. So what are the direct roles of the investment agency in this project? Well, we assist by helping this project. By the end of the year, the roads will be laid here. Instead of the unpaved roads that we have right now, there are going to be proper roads. We show this project at all our events. For example, the closest event we'll be having is in Harbin. Due to the fact there is a lot of interest from China tourism cluster of the Primorsky territory, we hope that we'll be able to find investors here, including new inflow for hotels and other initiatives.